Hey you guys, it's Steph and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing very well. I am freezing my tits off right now. It is so freaking cold in my house right now. I've got a hot water bottle under my jumper. I got 2 pairs of socks on and I've got some leggings under my trackies. I'm cold. So in today's video, I'm going to be testing out some new products from Primark. I believe this is like their Christmas collection or something. I've got a few bits and bobs that I'm also just going to be trying out randomly, like their Velvet Finish Foundation and the Gold Digger eyeshadow palette. But most of the things that I've got, I believe, are from like some sort of Christmassy collection or whatever. It all looks very festive. It's not a full face by any means, but I do have a foundation, a ton of highlighters, a couple of eyeshadow palettes, and then also like some bronzing products and some lipsticks because I picked this up, the matte lipstick vault, which costs £12, and it comes with all of these lippies. Also got a potential dupe for the Stila Magnificent Metals, I think they're called, like the glittery things. I've never tried the Stila ones before, but saw these and thought they looked pretty similar. So these are called the liquid glitter eyeshadows. So yeah, not quite a full face, but I do have a fair few products to try out. So let's get into the video. Yeah, boy. So first of all, for foundation, I'm going to be trying out the My Perfect Color Velvet Finish Foundation. I believe they have like a dewy foundation now. And I went into my local store and the bottles looked exactly the same as this. So I don't know if it's the same product because it was literally the exact same bottle, just a slightly different label. Let me know if you know. It looks very similar. But today I'm going to be trying out the Velvet Finish version. I've got a cat hair in my mouth. I've actually had a lot of good experiences with Primark Foundation, so get the hell off me. So looking forward to trying this out. So this one is in the shade Toffee. And Toffee is usually like my shade with them. It's usually a little bit dark, but then if I add like a bit of concealer, it usually sorts me out. Looks like that. Close enough match. Primark shade range isn't ideal, but this is kind of like the closest for me. So if it looks a little bit crazy, don't worry, I will fix it. But this is like the closest I can get. So I'm going to go ahead and take one of my Zoeva brushes. And it's got like a little dropper. I guess I'll just drop that on my face. I think it said it had coverage. Let's say it had coverage. Customizable coverage. Okay, so obviously I'm going to add like 12 layers of it. Doesn't have too much of a scent. It just kind of smells clean almost. It's actually a really nice smell. But it's not like completely scentless. I'm going to put that on for a minute and see how we go with it. It's been so long since I've actually sat down and filmed like a normal sit down video. Okay, instantly we're oxidizing a little bit, but like I said, we will lighten it. I'm gonna look crazy to start off with, but hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll get there in the end. I was expecting it to be a little bit thinner in consistency. It's not thick, but I don't know. It just feels kind of like a regular liquid foundation, but I was expecting it to be a bit more watery. That's not like a bad thing or anything. It's just slightly different to what I was expecting. Okay. That actually also has really good coverage. I'd definitely say it is like a medium. It's not quite full, only because I can still see like my dark circles under my eyes. But everywhere else, oh my god, look how that's oxidizing. Oh my god. Toffee is not my shade. Toffee is not my shade. But yeah, the coverage is definitely like a medium. I don't want to add more foundation because I know it'll probably look darker and look a lot more. But I do want to see how it kind of builds up. So I'm going to do that anyway. You're welcome. It's what I'm here for. Making myself look stupid so you guys don't have to. Okay. Let's just see how it builds up like around my cheek area. Okay, that has given a little bit more coverage. I wouldn't say too much, but it has done a bit more. Bloody hell, I really need to lighten this up. The foundation looks good though. It looks really nice on my skin. It does look pretty dewy actually. I wouldn't necessarily say it's like a velvet finish. It is definitely a lot more dewy, which makes me think that maybe they have just like relabeled it or something. Because yeah, it does look really dewy on my skin. You can see just like here, like on my lip, on my cheeks. Looks really nice though. It just looks orange right now. Do I have any foundation lightener with me? I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I have any foundation lightener with me. So, be right back. I'm going to run upstairs and we're going to lighten this up a little bit because right now I'm looking just yellow. Hi. Okay, so I've got my Nip and Fab lightening drops. So I'm just going to take some of that. And I'm literally just going to like dot that around my face. Just like around the areas I kind of want to like highlight a little bit. Because I don't mind if this bit's a little bit darker and like around my forehead. Because you can kind of make it look a little bit more like cream contoury. But right in the center of my face, this definitely needs a lot of lightening. Okay, that should do. Brilliant. Okay, let's see how that works. That's instantly so much better. You know what, I'm actually going to take a little bit more around my jaw. Because I do want to bronze myself up in a bit. But I don't want to look too crazy. See? Created like a little cream contour there. Alright, so that's just about there. I'm probably going to play around with it a little bit more just to lighten it and make sure I don't look like muddy as hell. But the actual way the foundation looks on my skin looks really, really nice. It hasn't really creased up or anything. It's gone a little bit kind of creased around this corner of my nose, but not on the other one. Nothing major under my eyes. Skin feels really hydrated. Doesn't feel like I've got too much foundation on either, which is good. Color's just a little bit too dark for me, but noted for next time, I'll mix it with this guy. So now I'm going to quickly go off camera, fill in my brows, and also add some concealer, if I can find it. And then that's when the fun can really begin because we've got liquid highlighters, we've got jelly highlighters, we've got powder highlighters, we've got a lot of highlighters, more highlighters. So yeah, I'll sort my base out, sort my brows out, and then we'll get into that. All right, so concealer is on, brows are on. Let's do highlighter. So, like I said, I've got 2 cream highlighters. We have the Glow Drops Double Dimension Highlighter Drops in the shade Champagne. Looks like that. These cost £4. And then we have the Radiant Beam Jelly Highlighter in the shade Golden Beam. I believe both of these have 2 different shades. But I think I went for like the more goldeny, champagne-y ones. So I think what I'm going to do is maybe try one on one side, one on the other. We'll see how it works that way. Really intrigued by this little jelly guy. I wonder if it's going to be like the Revolution one. Okay. Oh, mine's leaked. This is replace after use. All right, noted. Will do, sir. Okay. Nice and settled. Right, how are we going to do this? Oh, this actually seems almost like more putty-esque than the Revolution one. Like, I think. Oh, it's so weird. Look at it. Oh, I love it. Yeah, that's like, whoa, I'm going to do a close-up of this. Yeah, that's way more of like a putty kind of slime consistency, I would say. Let's do a swatch on the back of my hand. So it looks like that. Feels very like cooling on the skin. And actually, it doesn't really look like much on the skin, but you can obviously see there's like a really, really nice shine on there. Just get all that jelly off my fingers. So there's that one. And then we've got the Glow Drops. Now, in my previous experiences with the Primark like liquid highlighters, they're usually pretty good. So I've got high hopes for this guy. Looks like that. Super, super metallic. Oh yeah, boy. Yeah, this is a little bit more intense in comparison to the jelly, but still like it sort of blends into the skin really, really nicely. It doesn't actually look like a color as such. It's just really nice. So what I'm going to do is take the Glow Drops, and I'm probably going to put them on this side, I think. Just dot that on my cheeks, like so. I'm going to take the same brush that I was using before for my foundation and just kind of pat that in. It's actually a little bit more subtle than what I thought it was going to be. It's nice, but yeah, it's a little more subtle than the other ones that I've tried. Let me try it with my fingers. Maybe it's like the foundation on the brush or something, but usually that's not the case. Tap it in like that. Let's see how this works. Oh, hello. Okay, maybe it was the foundation brush that was like just kind of patting it down a bit. Yeah, that looks good. It isn't as metallic as the other ones. It's not like Iconic London Drops, but it does add a really, really nice shine. Like straight on, you don't really see anything. It's not overly metallic. But when it hits the light, it looks pretty freaking good. So now I'll go ahead and try the jelly. I'm just going to take whatever is kind of left on the lids. I'm going to use my fingers with that as well. So you have already got a little bit of a shine to my skin. Oh. Oh, God. needs to be like pressed into the skin a little bit, otherwise it just looks like a piece of jelly on your face. Ooh. You know what? I think I might prefer that one. Takes a minute to kind of blend out because obviously it is like a slightly stranger texture in comparison to a normal liquid. So you do have to kind of press it in. But actually, now that it's blended out, it looks pretty similar to this side here. Maybe like slightly more intense. Looks really nice though. Has just added like a really, really nice glow to my skin. It's not like a shimmer or anything like that. It is just like, I don't know, like a little glazed donut. I think the best way to use it is to kind of like warm it up in between your fingers, because otherwise it does just kind of go on like a thick jelly. And there doesn't seem to be any shimmer in it either. There's no like particles or anything like that. Huh. I mean, I've got to say, I'm a little disappointed. I don't want to say disappointed because I still do really like them, but I was expecting like at least one of them to be like, whoa, look at that. Especially when I think like the majority of this Christmas collection is focused on highlights. Like we've got highlighter, highlighter, highlighters. So I was expecting a bit more. But I do still really like how it looks. It's just a little bit more subtle than what I thought it was going to be. So now I'm just going to go ahead and powder everything down using my Laura Mercier powder. Let's see how this like highlighter kind of powders down. Okay, you can still see it a little bit. That was the jelly side, wasn't it? I think. Let's see how the liquid side powders down. Yeah, again, very, very similar. Obviously takes it away a little bit. Takes away some of the shine. But still got like a nice little subtle sheen to it. Yeah, this foundation looks good. It's like, again, kind of creased a little bit around my nose like I had before. But it's powdered down nicely. Doesn't look too cakey. I mean, we have got like 2 layers of foundation, concealer, and lightener on my skin. So it's not looking like not foundation. But I mean, for like a medium to full coverage foundation, it's looking pretty good. It's looking like quite skin-like. So now I'm going to move on to bronzer and highlighter. So what I have here is the Bronze and Glow highlight palette, which looks like this. So you've got 2 highlighters, and then you've got 1 matte bronzer, and then 1 kind of slightly shimmery bronzer. And then I think I also have in this palette here, the Gold Digger. Yes, I've got a little bronzer in there as well, which I think looks a bit more of like a neutral tone bronzer in comparison. Yeah, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that, but that one there is more of like a red tone bronzer, whereas this one down here is more of like kind of neutral bronzer, I guess. So let's whack them open. By the way, can we please talk about the facts? Essence did the exact same thing. Just a subtle MAC dupe, you know? This is the one I'm excited for though. Ow. Oh. Oh. Look at that. So let's do a couple of swatches. We've got this one. Thought it was going to be a little bit more something. Let's have another go. Okay, it's nice. Like the swatch is nice, but normally Primark highlighters are a little bit more like, whoa. This one, which... Okay, I thought it was going to be shimmery, but it actually just looks more of like a little sheen. This one, that's more like it. That's what I was kind of expecting from this one here. And then this matte shade down here, which actually doesn't look as like red toned on my finger as I thought it would be. Let's do a couple of swatches here. First highlighter. Nice. All right. Then shimmery-ish bronzer. That looks really pretty. Then this highlighter, which is, yes. And then this one there. Nice. Give my hands a little scrub. Then in the Gold Digger palette, we have this bronzer here, which if I just put that on there. Yeah, it's a little bit more of like, I don't know, it's a little bit more of like a subtle bronzer, which I think I probably prefer. And then we have another highlighter, which looks so freaking nice. This is a double dimension highlighter in the shade Spotlight. Let me in. Can't get into it. Whee! Please be good. Please be good. Packaging is stunning. Like, what the hell? That looks like the one. Hopefully it's not too dark for me. Yum. Let me do another swatch that's like not on my knuckles so you can actually see it. Look at that. Looks kind of like Becca Opal. It's airing on being too dark for me. But we're going to do it anyway. So first of all, I think I'm actually going to go in with the Gold Digger palette. I'm going to take an angle brush and I'm going to go in with this bronzer shade. This is a slightly more subtle one. Just so I can kind of build it up as we go. Ooh, that looks good. Give it a little scoop. Ooh, very nice. Bronze up my forehead. Not that I need it to be any more bronzed, but that's what I'm doing. This is really, really nice. I swear Primark do such good like powder products. So now I'm going to go in with this shade here, which I'm a little bit nervous about. I'm going to take a very, very light hand. And I'm just going to slightly deepen that contour. I don't really want to because I already quite like it, but I just want to try it out for you guys. Yeah, it's a fair bit darker, but I feel like we can get away with it. Fully like shove it in my cheekbones and make it look like a shadow. And just kind of bring that up. Oh, God. We have added way too much bronzer. Okay, I need to take some of that back. I'm going to take my foundation brush again and just pat that over the top. That's what I get for attempting to apply a foundation too dark for me and 3 different bronzers. It was never going to end well, was it? Let's face it. Okay, that's better. Then, I don't want to add more bronzer because I'm going to look ridiculous. But I'm going to take a little bit of this guy here just to kind of put that on my cheeks. Just so we can see what it looks like. Because obviously it does have a little bit of a sheen to it. Yeah, you can actually see that little sheen there. That's a lot of freaking bronzer. Ooh, that's a lot of bronzer.
Take it back now, y'all. Bam. 1 half this time. Bam. 2 halves this time.
Crisscross. Everybody clap your hands.
Okay, is that better? Right, that's a bit better. Like those powders. Don't like them all at the same time. I feel like I could have just stopped at the first one, which is what I actually wanted to do. But I had to try these out. Had to give them a go. But powders are really, really nice. So now we've got 3 different highlighters to try out. We've got 2 from this palette and then this guy here. I'm going to start with this guy because I feel like it's going to be my fave. Going to take my usual brush, which I always get questions about. This is the Luxe Powder Fusion from Zoeva. And let's see what this can do. I am worried it will be a little bit too dark, but I'm also past the point of caring right now. Seriously, Primark and their freaking highlighters. Can I put it into the universe that I would love to come up with my own like Primark beauty range one day? That's like, it's like a low-key a little dream of mine. So, universe, make it happen. Okay, yeah, that is a little bit too dark for me. You can see the cast. But it's beautiful. It's bloody beautiful. Look at that. I freaking love it. Okay, because it is a little bit too dark for me, and I don't want to look too insane, I'm going to blot that down. Because obviously I also want to try out the other 2 highlighters from that palette. Okay, that'll do for a second. Dust off my brush. And then what I'm going to do to lighten everything up is going with this shade here, which I think was the colour that I was like most excited about actually. Like looking at them, this is the colour that gets me the most excited. But on the swatch, this one was actually the better swatcher. It's bloody yellow. It's yellow. It's really nice, but it's very yellow. Why did I have to wear a yellow jumper today and then paint my face yellow and then put on a yellow highlighter? It's bloody stunning, but it's very yellow. Okay, I'm just gonna ignore this cheek for a minute. I'm gonna go in with this shade here on the other cheek, see how that looks. Okay, that's better. It's still very kind of like yellow gold, but I feel like it's a bit more subtle than this one here. They are really, really pretty though. Like, ain't nothing wrong with a highlighter, it's just not the usual shade I go for. I'm gonna take a little bit more of this one here and just lightly touch that on my forehead. Yeah, definitely think I prefer this one. I just think it's a little bit too dark for me at the moment. But am I still gonna wear it? You bet your ass I am. Do the old Cupid's bow. Yes. And now I'm going to take a little bit of that super, super golden one because it is the lightest, like, out of the 2. And I'm just going to pop some of that on the end of my nose. Ding! Look how freaking glowy I am. Not being funny, because I know some people just like are just not willing to even give Primark makeup a chance. You can't tell me that's not a banging highlighter. Yes, it's too dark for me, but that's my fault. But it's stunning. Like, it's mad. So now I'll move on to eyes. So for that, I've got two different palettes. Obviously, I've got the Gold Digger, which is the one we used the bronzer for. And thinking about it, is that a bronzer? Or is it just... I think that's actually supposed to be a transition shade for an eyeshadow, but it's a bloody brilliant bronzer. And then we have the Naturally Nude eyeshadow palette, which was £5, which looks like... Oh, that's quite pretty. Just a bunch of nudes. So inside the Gold Digger palette, you've got a mix of shimmers and mattes. Everything there is a shimmer apart from these two shades here. I kind of feel like maybe this shade should be in a slightly bigger circle because I feel like a lot of people will get a lot of use out of that one. But then I guess you have obviously got the transition shade there. And then in this palette here, it looks like we've got 5 mattes and 5 shimmers. Like I said, I have also got this guy to try out. So I'm not going to do anything too crazy. I'm just going to try out some like neutral shades and let you guys know my thoughts on them. So first of all, we have obviously... Oh my god, that highlighter is so dark for me. Why? Look at it. What's it done there? What are you doing? So first of all, I'm just going to go in with this shade here. It's kind of like a very light peachy shade. Okay, there is a shit ton of kickback there. But it's all about how the eyeshadow actually applies, my friends. Okay, that's like a decent little transition shade. It's like barely noticeable, but it's definitely there. Then I'm going to go in with this shade here just next to it. And also pop that in the crease, but slightly lower down. It's nice enough. Then, just moving along here, I'm going to go in with this brown. So slightly deepening it up as we go. Because I want to put that glittery shade like all over my lid, I think. So I don't want to do anything too crazy on my lid. Literally just using the same brush, super lazy, super easy. Like that. Now I feel like I should maybe shove on a couple of shimmers. So I'm going to go in with this shade here, this little guy. And I'm going to pop that all over my lid. Oh, hello. Hello, hello. Where'd you come from? I'm not going to sing the freaking Where'd You Come From Cotton Eye Joe song. I'm not going to do it. Because every time I watch my videos back, I'm like, why are you doing that? And then I do it again. And I'm like, why are you doing that for the 4th time? So I'm not doing it. You can sing it at home if you want, but I ain't doing it today. I'll then go into the other palette with the same brush and take this shade here. It's kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of like a rose goldy sort of shade. And I'm just going to pop that slightly on the outer corner as well. I find the formula of Primark eyeshadows are always like pretty good, especially for the price. Ooh, that looks really pretty. Oh, I like that. I like that color a lot. Yeah, these eyeshadows are applying just how most Primark eyeshadows do. I think the formula is generally kept very, very similar across the board for all the palettes. But I really like their eyeshadows. I find there's like no real issue with them at all. You get the odd dud shade or whatever, but generally speaking, especially for the price, they're always pretty good. So yeah, pretty happy with that so far. I'm then going to take this little brush here and go into this kind of like champagne-y shade in this palette. Really load that up and pop that on the inner corner. See how that looks. Oh, that looks great. That looks great. And then, I mean, I just want to play around with some things, to be honest. I'm going to take this light shimmer shade here from the other palette and I'm going to pop that on my brow bone. Oh yeah, super, super icy. I might even take some more of that and just pop that there. Hell yeah. Then we'll go in with this bronzer slash transition color slash whatever the hell it is. And just go back over my crease. Just to kind of blend that in. And then I'm just going to whack that on my lower lash line. Just like that. Yeah, super simple. Just a really kind of like simple, smoky shimmery eye look. Now we're going to move on to this guy here, which is called the Liquid Glitter Eyeshadow. Again, I believe they had 2 of these. They had kind of like a rose goldy, pinky sort of shade, but I picked up the one in the shade gold, which is just like a true gold. All right. Packaging is very, very nice on the new products, by the way. Okay, so let's have a little look at this before I actually put it on my eye. Looks like that. Oh, really, really nice. Bloody hell, that is nice. And yeah, I'm literally just going to go ahead, pop that on my lid and be done with it. Ooh, pretty. Look. Doesn't seem to be disturbing the eyeshadow underneath either. Yeah, it just kind of like makes it look all the more shiny. Let it dry for a second. Let it dry. Might layer it up, see how it works. Again, just going with a little bit more. Ooh, seems to layer up really well, actually. That looks nice. Oh, but I've got it in my eye. Ah. All right, so far so good. So now I'm just going to go ahead, go off camera, do the other eye, add some mascara, and then I will check back with you guys for the lips. All right, so eyes are done. I am loving how this little cream, glittery, liquidy eyeshadow thing went on. I think it just looks so good. Didn't even put any mascara on my lower lashes. I'm just rolling with it. So next, what I have for my lips is, like I said, the matte lipstick vault, which cost me £12. So this is what it looks like inside. You get 10. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's 10 lipsticks. They do a luster version and the matte version. Obviously, I went for the matte. So obviously, I'm like swaying towards a nude, but I'm kind of thinking I might go for, I don't know, maybe I'll go for something a little bit different. Whoa, that is nude. I'm going for this one. I'm going to give it a go. I'm way too indecisive on colours today. Ooh, it's actually quite good for lining your lips. I think that's actually quite nice. I need to tidy it up a little bit, but that's actually a really pretty colour. Whoa, why are my ears so red? All right, guys, so this is a finished look. I'm actually really, really happy with how it turned out. I mean, the highlighter is a little bit too dark for me, but that's fine. I can get over that. As long as I've actually got highlighter on my face, I don't care what colour it is. Love how the eyes look, and I really, really like the lipstick as well. Foundation looks pretty good. Maybe looks, I noticed it when I was doing my lips, maybe looks ever so slightly cakey, like around my mouth. Not like major cake, just a little tiny like fairy cake. But other than that, like, it looks really, really good. Let me know what you guys think of this look in the comment section down below. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please do give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you do want to see more of me, because I upload all the damn time. But apart from that, that is it from me. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.